Yo, yo, what's up? This is Mark. This is my terrarium. See that one? My ecosystem. Alright. So, this is an update about my isopods. And lately, when I was watering my terrarium, and this is what I see. My isopods. They're getting many though. I am so happy right now because my isopods, their numbers have increased, and those are the big ones. This type of isopod, they're the dwarf isopods. um I remember I put another type of isopod here. It's not a dwarf isopod, but it's an orange isopod. I forgot what's the name of it. But when I was checking my terrarium, those orange isopods are gone. The reason is, this is the problem of mixing two types of isopods. One will outlast the other. They're not gonna kill each other. What happens is they will breed with each other, but they will crossbreed, but it happens that the other isopod, their genetics might be superior to that other type of isopods. And this type of isopods, the dwarf isopods, the white silhouette right there, those are the big ones. Those are the elders. No, the adults. And those little ones that are moving, those are the babies. They're very small. They're very microscopic. Yeah, that one. You see that one? Those are the baby isopods. You see, like I said, these isopods are very crucial to the ecosystem because they benefit on dead organic matter. Like what I see, what I put here, that's a potato. So that potato, I put it there, and the isopod will feast on it. Look at them; they're feasting on it. You see, and when that potato rots, that isopod will munch on it. Since isopods are known as a janitor of ecosystem, anything that is dead organic, rotting, that's the food that they munch on. So when they munch on it, of course they will poop, and their poop becomes a fertilizer to the soil. So it's like a give and take, natural selection. That's how nature works, as you can see. I'm so happy right now. You see, when people generally do their gardening, and I mean, when they do their gardening, their mistake is they use a lot of fertilizer when, those unnatural fertilizers, um like there's chemicals in it. Yes, it makes it fast, but it's also killing the the environment around it. And that's an example of other types of farming, like GMOs and stuff like, well, I'm not really an expert of that, but my understanding is, they use a lot of chemical fertilizers, which which affects the environment. When there is an easy way, these isopods are one of the key factor of sustaining a natural environment. Not only isopods, earthworms, springtails. I have some springtails in here, but they're kind of like, the springtails. They always burrow underground. They're like a small. They look like lice. They're very small, but those also are like, similar to isopods. No, they're not similar to isopods. Isopods. I'm sorry. They go with the isopods. They coexist with the isopods. for some crazy reason, I mean, they they have a relationship with the isopods, you know. And yes, you see that I'm happy right now, you know, because my if you have isopods right here and your isopods are thriving in your garden, that means you have you're doing a good job in your gardening. You see, my plants are doing well. Actually, other plants of this cactus here passed away, but that's okay. When if I have plants that passed away, you know, the isopods will take care of it. That's the thing. That's the advantage of having isopods, earthworms, springtails in your terrarium, garden, whatever, because you don't need to clean it up. You have a janitor in your apartment. I mean, sorry, you're in your terrarium or your garden. It kind of saves you a lot of a lot of job. It kind of saves you a lot of hassle instead of worrying about, oh, when will I clean up my stuff. Nah, you don't have to worry about it. You have this little guys. I have earthworms in here under here too, but earthworms are like a shy creature. They're like they're probably underneath there, you know. And this is also not only that. If you have isopods, you have a pet like a lizard or a gecko or a chameleon. The chameleons will feed on these isopods, but don't worry. I mean, they're fine. They're hard to find, so the lizards will probably eat some of them, you know. But the isopods, they multiply quickly, so you know. Look at them. They're beautiful. Oh my goodness! For some reason, I'm sorry, my hands are kind of shaky. I'm not a professional cameraman, so I hope y'all bear with this one. Oh my goodness. I am so happy. It's like I'm a god and and these are my creation. I'm playing God right now. Uh, Look at that. Look at that. You know, it slipped. So sometimes it slipped in my mind. I should be an environmentalist though. I'm a vegan, and I don't consume animals. So I should be fitting to become an environmentalist. But I've always wanted to be a nutritionist. Although I'm leaning towards mankind, I'm also I'm also you know I also care about animals, insects, or crustaceans. So this is it. I think they're hiding. Okay, we're not gonna disturb them anymore. So that's about it. That's the update. Alright, see ya.